You're the team leader, all of your team members are subordinates. The problem here is now we have kind of a culture difference. Basically, you are forcing them to be underneath you, and that's kind of like implying meanings of they're not as good as you and you're higher than them. And remember, in America, we don't really concentrate on those levels. Actually, to call someone your subordinate is actually considered kind of rude. Like, especially if you're in a team and you're working together, you should call them team members. Even if you're the leader, you still call them your team members. It's like the academic term for it. You're not going to use it, but like that is what they are. They are your subordinates. I would say in English, you're always going to call them like your coworker, your counterpart, your teammate, your team member. Freshman is still okay though, because that's not indicating necessarily like I'm better than you. It's just like you're new. You want to try, if you need to do levels, you want to stick to their like their team or not their position name. So like junior coordinator or something. The first meaning of like being ingrained in something means it's a part of it. It is the normal or like the habit of it. It's been accepted. So for example, yes, using technology has become ingrained in everyday life. You cannot go through your everyday and not use technology. You have to use technology. Another usage of this is a little bit more now figurative. The similar concept of you and some task have become one.
I am inevitable.
What? So in other words, you have become so focused on something. That's the only thing you do. You know, I went to the library and read a book for 5 hours. So that means I was ingrained in my research, right? For 5 hours, I did nothing else except read that book. Yeah, finish the deal, right? Think of the deal as it's in an envelope. You're going to seal the envelope. It's done. Or not the envelope. I think it's the like back in the day when they had like the wax and they had to stamp it, right? Once you put your seal on it, it's done. I mean, you guys still have seals too, Korean people. You have that little red square stamp with your name. It's an idiom or kind of figurative expression. Knock on wood, right? Like knock on the door. So I guess first we need to understand the situation. So normally, you know, people, they will get excited about something before the actual final result happens. So, you know, I think, you know, my job interview went really, really well. So I'm confident I will get it. But like, I actually don't know. The final result hasn't come. Since I mentioned my success, but I haven't had the success, it's kind of unlucky. So I say knock on wood to kind of, I hope that unluckiness doesn't come. Korean, you have a similar expression. I say this a lot. I've heard other people say this to me a lot. And this is pretty easy because we can just say it the way it is. You don't have to do any fixes to it. It is weird. I don't really know the origin of it. You think you might be successful? Yes, I would say to you like, oh, knock on wood. Or you can say it too. Anyone can say it. Sometimes if you say it, so they will actually knock on wood. So yes, you can do the action if you want. You don't have to. But again, make sure you actually knock on wood though. Don't knock on something else. Basically, something is really far away, so I don't know it well. So yes, if I'm saying something is a little out there, that means yes, there's a boundary and it's beyond the boundary a little bit. So like I can see it, but I don't know it that well. And that boundary we're talking about is the boundary of normalcy. So if we say something is a little out there, it means it's a little strange. It's a little kind of foreign or not normal. So this is very common because we can also say this about people. You can be like, oh, it's a little out there. The Korean definition of authoritative is kind of negative. Authoritative though is not negative most of the time. It's slightly positive, right? As you said, someone has authority, which means they have not only power. Power is one thing. But like they are the leader because they have a lot of knowledge. Usually they should. Authoritarian though is negative. This one is too much power. They are over controlling. The word is very small difference, but the meaning is very big difference. So don't call your boss authoritarian. So if something is rapid fire, it's very quick. That's a good word to use because we can use that for a lot of different things. Rapid fire questions, right? I'm asking a bunch of questions at one time.
Why didn't you finish this project? What were you doing this whole time? Are you stupid? Do you not know how to do this? Why didn't you ask for help?
All right, so they're back to back to back to back. Yes, as said, like a gun, like a machine gun, like. But yes, the focus is something is happening very quickly. For example, like touch screens, right? They're so advanced. Like their response is like rapid fire. As soon as you touch it, it knows what you're doing.
What exactly were you looking for? What are you looking to send? Our premium services as well that include kind of all-around handling of the package, as well as guaranteed delivery time. our offer would have to be around like $350 for something like that, especially 10 of them. And moving it in country is a little bit cheaper, but yes, I think $350. Is that something that you could work with? You would get like a little bit of an extra discount, but it's not much. It's only 10%. So in that case, it would come down to about like $320. So, get back to me, I guess, if you guys, want to consider that again. All right.
It worked out okay. Yes, I would prefer in person definitely as well. Yes, congratulations. Sorry it wasn't a little higher. Yes, I hope you guys were able to get a lot out of this. It might not seem like you got better, but you guys definitely improved from the beginning. You're a lot more natural to say things, you catch your own mistakes a little bit more. You probably didn't know it before, which is really good. That's a big step to make. Definitely good job, good work for the 4 months, and and again, you can put any other adjective in there. Come off as polite, come off as clean, come off as lazy, come off as quiet, come off as smart, right? So comes off as a smart guy, right? He has glasses and he went to California, blah, blah, blah. He seems smart. Maybe he's not, though. We don't eat cake. That's only for birthday. Oh yeah, especially candle too. Like we don't do that other times though. Only birthdays. You can have cake. It is kind of weird though. I mean, I'm fine with it, but like other American people, it's very strange to them. But something like brownie, like the brownies or like bars, that's okay. But like still in my mind, that's not a cake. Yes, I think you guys are both thinking defense, like defending. That is also a figurative language, but nope, not on defense, on the fence. On the fence just means you cannot decide. You're in the middle of opinion, so you don't really know what to pick. Even after someone like tells you all the reasons, you still don't know what to do. You're like, what do I pick? The easy way to think about this, right? If you think of a fence, fences are very thin. And so if you imagine sitting on a fence, like it's not that stable. If you were to push one way, you would be pushed to this side. If you were to push this way, you would be pushed to that side. So it means like you just haven't picked a side yet. You're on the fence. You can't decide yet.